DCA adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Yo, Crypto Nation! It's another FA Friday coming right up at you guys. Yo, you got your favorite people over here. We got Chris, we got Crypto Macau, we got Gundy, we got myself, Nemesis. What's up, all you happy people out there? Market's going up and market's going up, and we got new faces up in this house. We got Hellish Miner coming in hot and heavy with the first. Yes, sir. Yes, you are. We got Golden Wolf. We got Jason the Tiger Osborne. We got Art Crypto. What's up? Hashtag Cats of Crypto. Truth, man. Truth.
Yeah. Cheers, and I'd pour one out, but I'd be wasting my drink.
Yeah, that'd be alcohol abuse.
Pour one.
That's not allowed.
Yeah, I'll pour one in my mouth for war. Yeah, didn't waste a drop though, but it's worth it. Cheers. Hashtag Caps of Crypto.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
What is up, all you sexy motherfuckers? It's Friday.
Man.
It's Friday for sure.
I almost forgot it was Friday. Almost. And I was like, wait.
Why are there so many
crap.
helicopters in the Discord?
No, see, that's the sad part, is that I forgot that it was Friday halfway through the day. I was in there and I was like, oh, I got something to do
like
on Friday.
Wednesday.
I got this meeting, and I was like,
It's like Wednesday in your head.
and then my alarm goes off, and I was like, oh, today's Friday. That's right. And I remember I woke up and I said happy Friday, and it didn't change the day. It still stayed Friday.
Right? It was Friday all day. You were committed.
That's
I
right.
was committed. Apparently, I changed the day at midday. I was like, I just want to go
mean-
back a day.
Yeah. I didn't get all of hump day, so I'll just go back.
Right.
Yeah, I did
I
not
didn't get
want to
all
go
of
back.
yesterday done,
Like
so-
going forward is the best for me right now.
Forward.
Let's
Those
move
are
forward.
facts. I don't
Those
want to
are
go
the
backwards. Leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, guys, smash that like button.
For sure. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button. That bell notification. So anytime we go live here on the show, we greatly appreciate it.
Well,
You're
although
all
it
out
does,
breaking
it
standing.
does sometimes not tell you that we're going live, which makes me angry, but
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
there is that.
All the more reason to join the Discord.
It only happens to the best of us.
I know.
Sometimes we forget it's Friday.
Midday after saying happy Friday in the morning
Right?
in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Things do happen.
But you know what tomorrow is?
Saturday.
Your birthday?
It's May the 4th.
Oh,
May
that's
the
right.
4th be with you.
yeah. It's my
Always.
And
oldest's birthday.
and my wife just informed me earlier today that tomorrow is a international garden naked gardening day.
Oh,
All right.
Hopefully my parents don't participate in that one.
oh, I'm going to.
Go over to your parents' house and you're
Nothing
like,
teabag and
some
some
bloody
daisies.
dignity.
Can't believe what I saw my neighbor do with his nuts and some daisies. I
He's got his
just
twig and berries hanging out like in the breeze.
oh the breeze, just swaying in the breeze.
I don't know if he accidentally or on purpose, but it looked like he may have teabagged his tomatoes.
Yo, Techman, he says Sunday is our 15th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Congratulations, dude.
Right?
Pillish Miner asks, hey Sadie, did you catch the COC video?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I hate abbreviations. You never know what someone's talking about.
Yeah,
Hats
acronyms are like,
of- Crypto.
Cats of
POC. Or cock.
Kek.
Cack.
It's pronounced
I'm
kek.
just kidding. That's an O. It can't be a kick.
Kick.
Mm.
You know, it's all O or no. You know,
Oh no! Oh no! Kick. Gulp.
you're either Owen or you're knowing.
Depends on how much coke you have.
Oh, well, sounds like party.
Yeah, COC Coke. Ice cold Coke.
Or Coke.
Oh, 5 minutes of soccer game.
My bad.
Yeah, Cats of
I'm
Crypto.
terrible.
Oh,
So,
Thank you.
so I said Cats of Crypto.
We already knew.
That's the very first thing I said was Cats of
Isn't that
Crypto.
the first thing we thought of, though?
Well, it teaches me
that's
not to
where
listen
you're
to you guys.
dirty. You can see who has the dirtiest
I admit
mind.
that I have a dirty mind, okay?
Right,
And I
you're
am
like-
proud of it.
You're like, and gutter bomb.
And I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
silent.
Just like
And I'm gonna see my way out of this conversation.
gig. Probably out of here.
So did anybody get that DCA at that $57,000 range?
Ooh.
I mean,
I did
my
my,
Bitcoin ASIC's still on, so yes.
you know,
I still have a buy signal on $1,000.
DCA Friday.
I'm waiting for that one to hit.
Every week, DCA Friday. Come on.
Strong
Right.
hand on that one, Chris.
Well,
Good luck.
Right? He'll be
I don't
holding
know
your
what I don't know what would like be better luck. BTC hitting 1,000 or hitting a BTC block. Yeah, I mean the odds both
Right.
suck.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
No. no, they don't want them to be. Maybe the block, but not the other one. We don't want that one.
That's what I
You
said.
can imagine
The
the
odds.
fear and everyone like the fear that would happen. Like crypto Twitter would like off itself.
Oh
all of it.
Lord, there'd
Just
be
the
so
whole-
much
the
blood
whole
in the
thing.
streets. The
The-
whole everybody
you
would
you
just,
want to know what a good question is now? Now that we're past the
Hmm.
halving, is it worth paying for rental fees to be able to actually hit a block now?
What do you mean?
You can rent a hash rate, right?
Yeah.
Is it since we're after the halving? Are services like that still even worth it?
Oh.
No,
Probably not.
well,
The businesses might be closing.
less likely worth it, because the hash rate has climbed, the price is
Right.
lower, the block reward is less. Well, price is really irrelevant. It shouldn't even said price. The hash rate's up, difficulty's up.
Well, you
Block
almost
rewards
have to
down.
sit there and say it in price wise because you're
even
going to
harder to hit
either
a block,
you're
you'll get
either
less
going to
for
be
it.
paying dollars or you're paying
Mhm.
Bitcoin in order to hit a block.
well, what's the
I mean,
going
yeah.
rate right now? That's what it
What?
comes down to. Can you afford the going rate?
Did someone say dollars?
Oh yeah, for the hash rate itself, to me that'd be
Well, then the hash
that would
price
almost be in
sucks.
yeah the
Like,
dollar to
terribly
hash
sucks.
yeah, and that's
Like-
why the question
Like 9
arises.
cents, like 8 cents. Like you're barely profitable if you're even profitable for Bitcoin mining at home.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you're mining Bitcoin at home with like an older generation, like an S19, you're not mining at home. Oh, well, maybe you might be. You might be taking
I wonder if
like,
anyone's-
the underneath the chin, but it would be you'd be better off buying the Bitcoin at that point
I know.
than mining it. Sad. It's very sad to say that, but we're
an
at that
S9
point where
an
it makes more
S9
sense.
at home, just to make it relevant.
Oh
to
yeah,
you.
that's really
An
bad,
S9
man. Remember,
at
like,
home is
like 2 months ago?
$100. It's like $100 a month to run at home.
Remember like 2 months ago, like for like a week or two, where an S9 was like break even at like
my God,
residential
yeah.
electric,
Yeah,
and then now you're losing $100 like just like that.
yeah.
Just like
No.
bam.
Yeah.
Big
Light
boy.
switch, bam, other side, not worth
Yeah.
it now.
And then the new A6 come out, and it's even more of a dumpster style. Toss it in the back.
It's one of those things of the S9 has become the the new at-home like learning tool, like the USB miners, you know. So this can now be your little conversational piece because you can put it in there. There's modifications you can do to be able to run Noctua fans on them, put them in low power mode, and it's just a little space heater.
I mean, you know, those E3s you had back in the day they were reused several times on multiple different occasions. I just don't see that.
I bought all of them new. So
Yeah.
it's like I purchased every one of those E3s brand spanking new out of each batch. I was like a first gen adopter on that, and I like had like some of the highest hash rate on ETC outside of just like mining farms for I was like the top residential miner in the world.
Yeah, his house glowed from space, guys. Yeah.
My electric bill was like $2,000 for a residential electric bill was normal.
that's like 10x from what I do right now.
And I was more than break even.
Oh yeah, for a long time.
Oh my god, I was sitting there like I'm like, oh man, I need to buy another ASIC. I have the Bitcoin for it.
Oh, the good old days.
I was just like, I'm out of power here at the house though.
But you know, those Litecoin ones also too were more friendly with the switching over to different projects and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, what's going to happen with the L7 when the 9s come out?
Like, the L7s will still be very, very profitable for a while. You'll see those.
Not really. Not when the L9 comes out. L9 is
Well, no, we were talking about maybe
a beast of a unit.
It'd be like other.
Oh yeah, but it's like you're not gonna. You'll see some of your bigger farms starting to slowly switch over to those. It's not gonna be like overnight L7s are done. And it was the same thing with the E3s. The E3s weren't done overnight. It took like a little while before the E3s were like irrelevant.
No,
you know.
doesn't.
I mean, they were mining. The E3s were mining all the way until the DAG file outpaced its internal memory.
Yeah.
And then I was able to still reprogram them and then swap them over on the ETC hash.
Yep. That was the best, man.
And they lived life until the market ETC got flooded by other ASICs that were newer gen stuff, and I knew it was bound to happen that they would get outpaced at some point. It was just who was motivated to do it, you know.
Who's gonna do it? Yeah.
Right.
Arc earlier, the verification bot totally did not work. I couldn't even verify with the bot. It wouldn't do anything.
Oh.
And then I'm assuming Pellish said just gave the thumbs up, so I don't know what happened. I don't know a solution to fix it because we can't fix it now. Yeah, it wasn't showing anything. It would show announcements, welcome,
Looks like I have it fixed now.
and verify, but whenever you went into the channels, they were just blank and says you don't have permissions. So I didn't have permissions to verify. So
Sadie asks, are there aftermarket control boards for L7 or is that just for BTC?
I don't think anyone's made one yet.
Yeah, I don't think
just
Bitcoin.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like all this old hardware sitting around, like somebody's gonna have like a brainstorming thing one day, and like it's gonna be like worth $1 million, all repurposed scrap, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all down to the point of like if it's what's it worth to the person doing it.
Yeah.
Right. It's because they would have to like completely redo the architecture for it, which isn't as hard as most people think it is. It just takes someone doing it.
5% smarter than what you're doing. That's about it.
I mean, more or less. Yeah.
It's just it's like
there's an open source like control board that runs off of a Pi and USB. Like each of the boards are not controlled by ribbon cable anymore. They're controlled by a USB, I think it's B cable. Like straight up, plugs right in, calls it a day, and it's like an open sourced like control board. So I don't know if that would be adaptable to like other applications. Most control boards are all relatively the same, minus like just the way they're communicating. So I don't know. I mean, it's probably doable. It's more doable than probably people think it is. But I don't know of any out there personally. Or have seen any out in the wild at any of the farms or anything.
Just break it down to ones and zeros. It's easy, no problem.
yeah, no problem.
Hellish Miner
everything's just binary, bro.
Hellish Miner just asked in the chat, hey, Mikkel, are you guys using Zoom or StreamYard?
Zoom.
We're using Zoom.
We're Zoom.
Yeah, we're using Zoom.
Why? Does it look
I
good?
did not get with the time like everybody else.
Everybody else I haven't shaved this week.
Uses StreamYard. I like StreamYard, but then it looks like it's just overly complicated.
Yo, what's up?
Like I started messing with it and then got like further into it. And I was like, why do you gotta do all of this just to stream? Like
I know Zoom's kind of like a push button, and you just get it done.
It's a push button, and you just do the rest of the work in OBS. Like
right, up, man, it's like a hell of a lot easier that way.
I mean, if you're not
doing all that work,
and anyway, what are you even doing?
I mean, you got to do all that work in StreamYard just to do OBS too. So I don't see the point.
Well, OBS
yeah,
is
Palish. I have the Zoom account paid so that of course you can have more than one person on there for more than a half an hour.
Yeah, check out your disclaimers on that now because they've changed. Really? Now it's like, oh yeah, it's not the same anymore. There's like 3 different tiers of paid.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like it's a ripoff, to be honest.
A little bit. So I have it.
When I saw they implemented that, I was like, wow, really? Like, yeah, that's so. So
I can't get a hold of a live person. So for customer service, right? So because I'm on a lower tier, I can't talk to a live representative.
Yep.
So yeah,
you have to email them.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
we're not giving you our phone number. You can't call us.
Right.
You're using what, Pro?
Yeah.
Pro for like 1 to 9 users.
Yeah.
1 to 90.
Yeah. 1 to 9. 1 to 9 users.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's $13.32 a month, or you pay $15.99 per month for a year, right? And then only it's kind of weird that they limit you to 100 participants that are allowed to view the meeting. But you have to buy the extra service because they still only allow 1 to 9 users. So I don't understand how that works.
Well, you can have
they allow you 30-hour meetings.
They allow you, like with us, this is for participants. Mm-hmm. We can bring in other people and have them where they're not participants, but they're viewing.
Right.
I can set it up a little differently on my side to where it's like we have our own personal auditorium almost.
So more like a webinar than an actual Zoom meeting.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I mean, they're kind of hand in hand, but
well, except that in a webinar you have the presenter and then you have the live chat inside the meeting itself, but nobody else can participate except in that chat.
Right.
And also a never-ending secret to getting discounts for Zoom is to wait for your Zoom to run out, cancel it right before it runs out, wait a few days, and then they'll send you like a 30 to 40% off coupon for a month to go back in. And then if you want to, just rinse and repeat. I did it for like 5 to 6 months, and I just got discounts every single month. It requires a lot more work because you have to cancel right before your month is over, wait a few days, get the discount, redo it.
Yeah, what happens if you got to stream?
It's kind of a process.
Like, not making this
exactly. Exactly. Like you have to it's a process and it could catch you, right? But
that's when you just spin up a virtual
you could get half off Zoom like all the time.
You just spin up a virtual machine and put a free versionware on there.
Mm-hmm.
At least you can
that
get
as well.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons
just on the
like
month-to-month thing.
Hellish. He said it makes it easier to share things, especially when you're doing like crypto news or screens and browsers in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can also do that.
I love watching like the outlay of all of it in StreamYard. But like, I watch everybody fumble a lot because they're like, "Oh, I got to do this over here. I got to do this, and I got to do this."
It's just new, you know.
And I'm like, "What?" I
don't know. For Zoom is
they've all been using it for quite a few years now, you know. So.
And there's
still why I like with OBS, like I can just set. I've got
the broad circle.
I've got 3 screens. I can set my OBS to be able to capture each one of them, so I can actually, like, if I'm doing news or I'm showing a chart, I can have it staged at different screens.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't have like a good PC, StreamYard would be the way to go because all of that runs on StreamYard. Like everything we do in OBS, you can do it on StreamYard, so it takes away the resource of doing it on your PC. So that's like the main reason why people do it. Is just because they can do a lot without having to like have a.
See, that's kind of weird that something like.
It's just another as a service.
The only thing you need that on your computer that needs to be good is your encoder to be able to like live stream. That's it.
You can always load.
Yes and no.
You can always load aftermarket codecs too. You know.
Yep, aftermarket codecs. I mean bandwidth. That's a huge thing.
Well, bandwidth, that's going to be your internet.
Before the PC.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running on DSL, you probably shouldn't stream in 4K. Like, just saying.
You know, I don't know, man. If people running DSL, I'd be surprised. Like, I don't think that's wild.
Well, I mean,
most people stream at 1080p, so you're not going to have that weird issue.
If you want a little bit crispier, you can run a 1080p 60.
Right.
If your camera will do it. But yeah, I don't like when I do the 4K, it glitches out more, I think. It's not as smooth. It doesn't track as well, you know.
It's like you want to know the difference between my personal channel and DCA.
Shout out to Sadie right there.
Is that on Crypto and Hot Rods, I'm actually able to upload in 2K.
Oh yeah, nice. Because your 1440 monitors are.
Yeah, because my 1440p monitor, exactly. Fucking. So I'm on here though with DCA. YouTube is yelling at me right now.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Going, error. You need to change your video resolution. Your 1440p resolution is not supported for this configuration.
That's
but it's fine on my channel without any issues.
I wonder if there's more bandwidth required from your end because you're hosting the stream.
No, it's yelling that it's not supporting the configuration of the 1440p. It's only allowing DCA in 1080p.
Maybe because
it's something to do. Like I remember seeing something weird about that. Like you might.
I wonder if it's because we're not monetized. Like we don't have that extra level up.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm not mistaken. That's what.
That's why.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
If I'm not mistaken, that's why.
Shake my fist in anger.
I'm gonna click open their widget and see what they say.
Yo, Big Rome.
Big Rome.
What up, Big Rome?
They don't even tell you.
No. It like they can't even tell you, but it's like the expected video resolution is 1080p.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's being just try to keep it like that for space, you know. Because a lot of times, most people aren't running 4K that much, or even 2K.
It's like ARC's like 1440 60 is available up for a stream. I mean, I'm streaming in 1440p.
It's available to stream for.
Yeah, for ARC's crypto.
It is too. Yeah.
It
sure is.
I certainly 100% stream in 1440p.
Yeah,
it's saying we're not.
My camera is. I have a 4K camera. I have a 1440p.
You got the Brio, right?
Yeah.
See, I have it set to auto, and it's currently streaming in 480p to me.
Yeah, that's what mine.
Well, you have a potato, okay?
Well, I don't care. Like
you just barely have Discord working, okay?
Yeah, Discord finally started working again.
Dude,
after 2 months of Discord shitting on my computer.
You have no idea.
It had a most recent update again, a third update, and it finally started fucking working again.
I started building that computer like 15 years ago, bro. I think I bought parts for like 2 years and built that thing, so it's at least.
I mean, my motherboard and my case are from 2018, but the CPU's not, and the GPU's not.
DCA in high definition. Yeah. High definition. But YouTube says no, you're not.
Right? YouTube's like, I don't like this.
I just clicked it to do 1440. On the live stream,
and it took a shit.
It's thinking.
It's like, yeah,
buffering.
You don't even have the pixel density on that screen,
Unlimited
sir.
Buffering.
They won't let you do it. Like it might show you a screen, but you won't have the pixel density.
It went up to 1080. That's as good as it got. I'm moving it back down to the 480.
Don't make that sucker think too hard, dude.
Exactly. That's why I'm moving it back down.
I think it was like an 8370, like pile driver technology.
Yeah.
I do love the low latency though. Like I'm watching it over here in the corner, and like it's.
I stream crispy, bro. Off. I know how. I have my stream is on point, bro.
When I set up the stream today, it actually was like, hey, you don't have low latency enabled for your streams. It's better for streams, blah 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 blah, for engagement. And I was like, okay, cool. So I just turned it on, and so like it's on right now. And
is it better?
It's pretty quick, man. Like it's maybe a second.
Usually, so what ends up happening?
We had it a few seconds off for like the poker games and stuff like that, but I haven't used it in like low latency like this.
I don't do the low. I usually do the medium.
Low.
Yeah.
Because usually you give up
like
a little video.
Low.
Yeah. Otherwise, you usually give up a little video quality for it. But I do have a pretty decent computer that can keep up.
Jesus, man.
The F480 is like watching some Nintendo from back in the day, you know. That's what Big Rome said.
I couldn't care. Like I just care about the fact that it's actually running. Okay, that's what matters. It doesn't need to be high def.
It just needs to function. Yeah,
exactly. It just needs to function. Without the blue screen of death.
It's like, you know, you ever sit in traffic and you see that really nice looking dude, but he's driving like a beater POS, like 95 Honda stick shift. It's like, man, he's just driving that thing into the ground. He don't give a shit. That's
then you hear him get on it, and you hear it crackle, and you're like, oh, yeah. It's like that. You're like,
it might be a $500 car, but he put 10 G's in that engine.
Right. And then you hear it shift that first time, and you're like, that's a sequential gearbox.
You're like, oh.
You're like,
oh my god!
Oh, that's a race car in disguise. Oh, that's deceiving, dude. It's a fucking rust bucket.
Oh man, the rear pillars for the struts in the back on all of those Hondas.
Yeah,
oh, terrible.
It's a 1600 horsepower VW Bug.
Man, VW was even worse back then. They didn't do like undercoating and shit. Their shit rusted out bad.
Oh yeah. Subframe replacements was common.
Those aluminum subframes, yeah, that's terrible.
Oh yeah, you'd like unbolt them and you're like being showered by like aluminum.
Oh, it's like just aluminum dust. Like,
yeah, it's aluminum.
Take a hammer to it. It's terrible.
It's called aluminum oxide. That dust. Yeah. And they're linking that. And fun fact, they're linking that to Alzheimer's.
Oh no, sure, really? Oh.
Yeah. One of
heavy
those
metals do that to people.
It's funny how mechanics are in the highest category.
It's not
for
just
fucking
aluminum.
Alzheimer's.
It's not just aluminum. It's your canned sodas and shit.
Yeah.
Anything metal. Metal is not good for you.
Listen, bro. I don't know what planet you live on. And I don't know how long it's been like this, but it's been a while. Like, cut open any effing can anywhere out there. I don't care. Pick anything. Cut it open. It has a plastic liner. I shit you not. I'm not joking.
I knew that they were using wax.
That's not good either.
They were using wax for a long time.
They're like, oh, save the planet. Get this freaking Coke in a can. I'm like, but it's got a plastic liner in it. I could believe it. Anyone go cut some stuff open. I mean, it might not be in like some one-off soda or like beer brand where they have their own, bottling place on site. But all the big stuff, Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, all that shit's plastic lined.
The best thing to get is glass.
Oh yeah, if you can get it.
Yeah, but not everybody can go to Michigan and get some Faygo.
That's right. Out of the glass can.
Hell yeah, brother. You get OG, that, triple OG drinks.
That Coke from Mexico come in the glass bottle too.
Oh yeah,
you mean the Coke that actually has real sugar in it, not the.
Yeah. You taste that thing. You're like, this is what I remember Coke tasting like in the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, where you get a the Mountain Dew with the real sugar in there, and you're like, oh yeah, let me check this out, and it's flat.
Yeah.
You cannot chip carbonation with sugar. Sugar will flatten out. That's why way back in the 50s you had soda pop places, and they had guys that worked the fountains were called soda jerks.
Jerks.
And the reason why is that they were pouring soda and they were jerking the levers to mix the syrup because it had natural sugar in there, and then the carbonated water, and they were mixing the two and serving that up. That was the only way to get a crispy fizzy drink. Otherwise, you bottle it up and you open it up and it's like a quarter of the fizz is left by the time you crack it open.
As soon as you go psst, it's all gone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there it goes.
But it tastes better if you can get it fresh. But I don't know of any place where there's any soda jerks left.
Dude,
the closest thing you can get to a soda jerk is actually having your own soda stream.
Right.
The Mountain Dew back in the day, man, that had brominated vegetable oil in it. It was delicious. Right? They stopped putting that stuff in there.
It was delicious.
Crap, they're giving me now. Like, give me some more.
That's not that. That's what it is.
I know where there's a 6-pack of Coca-Cola from 1923, unopened.
It come out like syrup, bro.
Yeah, but it's early 20s, unopened.
So you could
which
took
means
it down and get cocaine out?
Yeah, which means it still has cocaine in it.
Is that a coupon to their eBay store? To their actual store? I'd be curious to know.
Oh yeah.
I plan on using the soda stream with the mead that I'm making right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
The alcohol?
Mm-hmm.
The hoochie hall. The hoochie.
Yep.
The hoochie hall.
Making that hooch.
Hoochie coochie moochie.
What? Hey now.
I've
Hey, buddy.
thought about actually like getting like a beehive, and
It's
then
fine, you'll put it on the military.
getting like what they call a French press. So you take your honeycomb, and for people who don't know,
The
the
French
bees will
press, like a coffee French press?
No. So basically, what it is, you'll take your honeycomb, and for people who don't know, the bees will cap off the honey once it's ready for storage.
The wax cap it.
Yeah, the wax cap it. So you got to uncap it real quick, and once you uncap it, you put it inside of this like container, and it's like it was made in France, so that's why they call this like a French press, and it's for beeswax, and you just take the whole beeswax, all whole. And it just like medieval just smushes it down, and it's like the outer part's like got a bunch of little holes in there and stuff, so that the honey can get out of there. And then it goes down into a bottom tray, and that kind of is angled off to go into your catchment. The reason why I would want to do it with the press versus spinning it, because that's how you get your golden honey, is that they actually spin it.
Spinning, yeah.
See, if I was gonna do bees, I would get the flow hive.
So
have you guys heard of the flow hive?
Yeah, no, those things, yeah, they're not as good as you think. They're cool to look at, but they're not as good as you think. I know people who have, and they'll never use them again. Let me just, they're it's a novelty thing.
There's an unendorsement from them right there.
Right. It makes it hands off, but the problem is that you you tend to take too much honey away from your bees, and you have to fucking feed your bees sugar water during the wintertime, which is horrible for them.
You don't want to do that.
But anyway, going back to the like you if you're going through and you actually press all the honey out, you're gonna also get the bee bread that's down in the bottom. And that bee bread has all the little flowers and everything, and it'll have wild yeast. So you can sit there, and a traditional mead will change during the season because you have different flowers and different yeasts. So no single batch of natural mead will ever taste the same. Now, if you're making mead today, a lot of people just get the
go buy the cheapest honey they can find.
They get the store bought honey, and then they get store bought yeast.
It's not even.
They'll get the cheapest that they can find, but then they get store bought yeast, and now your honey, your mead is consistent every time. Every batch is going to taste the same. Versus when you do it from
you change that honey up. Yeah, that's a huge difference. Like my buddy, our electrician, he does bees, right?
Oh, nice.
And he has like wildflower honey, and then he has some that are not. It's not wildflower. It's more just like free ranged, I guess. Best way to put it. They just kind of like. They just kind of go out and do whatever they want, and they come back to the hive and bring honey. But then he has some that I don't know what he does, but they don't do anything but like wildflowers. And then it tastes different. And then there's some, he has like vanilla based honey and like the different.
He's putting his bee boxes by certain farm fields.
It's the best thing for you, if you have somebody who does sense. Locally, because you'll get all the pollen.
We only buy like local honey to like
farmers will actually pay for services for pollinators to come to their fields. So I forget which one it is. I think it's walnut. You can the honey from I think black walnut is unedible.
Gross.
Yeah.
Just because it's bitter.
Oh God! Like I've never like, and I don't quote me. I think it's black. I think it's black walnut.
It's hard to find real good honey. I mean, maybe for you. I don't. I don't live in the city, so it's definitely not hard for me.
Yeah, I don't even.
I have
I
like
live pretty
I have like
close to
4
a
feed
city.
stores around me, and they're like local feed stores, and I just gotta go to one of them, and I'm gonna find what I want, or they're gonna know where I'm gonna go to get it.
I've still got local honey from around here from last year.
Yeah, I have a jar. It's like a big,
No.
it's like a big like gallon jar of honey that I bought like almost 2 years ago, and
I
it's
just did
still
a
like
Google
good.
search for black walnut honey, and I'm finding it. So
like I said,
maybe
I
something
like
else.
Yeah, one of there's something that a bee, if a
Honey you
bee
can
is
light on fire, fake stuff you
exclusively,
can't.
if it's exclusively sitting there and
Has bees and cells honey. Yes.
doing
stuff.
that
And it's good for
particular
your
plant,
allergies.
the honey, like it like they still produce
Great
honey,
for allergies.
but it's not like something you want to eat.
They make wildflower honey.
Ew,
Yes,
this bee
wildflower
is
honey's great.
stinky. He's past his prime. Like,
It's
old
great
bee, get out of
stuff.
here.
Yeah, honey actually doesn't go bad. It's actually a little known fact.
Yeah, if it does go bad, it's because of the additives.
It's not. Yeah, it's because it's store-bought honey.
Natural honey is that you can leave that shit there for 10 years.
As long as you keep
as it's
it
got a
in a
lid.
sealed container, nothing gets into the honey.
Yeah,
you're
gotta-
good. Don't get you a spoonful, then put your spoon back into it. You know what I mean? Like that's an automatic
you're
no-no.
just
Poisonous
introducing
shit
the
out there, Russ.
bacteria in your mouth.
Yeah, you introduce the bacteria into it, and that is
It's
no
gonna
longer
feed
gonna
on that
stay
sugar.
forever. Yeah. So, honey in my coffee sometimes.
I mean,
Yeah.
people don't realize how fragile our ecosystem relies on bees,
I usually eat like a little bit of raw honey every like allergy season. When it's like I know it's like really bad, I'll start eating some like raw honey from around here. Because
Ark
they
says
have...
you're not supposed to use stainless in your honey either.
Yeah, wood.
Oh.
Use like a wood.
Yeah, wood. Yeah, our jars are glass. So.
Grass and wood.
Glass.
Yeah, like those old school like 70s like honey drippers. They were just like circles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the honeycomb on the honey nut Cheerios box. Like that.
Yeah.
That
I haven't seen one of those
dipper
in decades,
stick.
man. Like they don't make that kind of crap anymore. Or I must not just be like.
I don't know that I've ever seen one. I know like
you can see them. You can find them at like a dollar store or something.
Really?
Like wood ones.
Mm-hmm.
Really? We always had some like intricate little handle like wood one back in the day. Back in the day, back when you used to drink from the hose.
It is not. Those are not the same places. Dallas and Austin are not the same.
No,
it's not.
Oh, okay. I am
got 2 quarts of honey. He's got 2 quarts of honey.
Chris, I am right.
2 quarts of honey.
It is black walnut. It's the worst tasting honey in the world, next to Manuka honey.
It's not chocolate.
I didn't say that you can't. I didn't.
Like shit.
I didn't say you can't eat it. I just said it's unedible.
Same thing.
No.
Unedible means you can't eat it.
No. Unedible means that you go to eat it and you're like,
it's not poisonous.
I didn't say poisonous.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Yeah.
But Manuka honey is up there in that unedible category too. But Manuka honey is supposed to be good for you.
What's Manuka honey supposed to be good for?
Oh God, I'm not sure.
Like, are there medicinal properties that are special to Manuka? Are not available anywhere else?
That would be a question for not right now. All right. You're a Manuka.
I'm always starting
wound. It's good for wound healing, cough relief, ulcer healing, digestion, and oral health.
That's just honey in general.
Yeah, but it's a little. That is in a higher elevation in Manuka.
Well,
Okay.
So it's like eating a duck egg versus a regular egg.
the stuff that helps you in your body.
Is that what you're saying?
It's gonna taste like crap.
Right.
It's just
Just a little better.
I don't know about more like a little better, but it just has higher count of ingredients that are in the egg.
Yeah.
Like in an egg, protein, honey, all those things you listed, just a higher quantity.
Pretty much.
Of
Yeah,
parts per million or whatever.
Ark, you're probably right.
I don't know.
It is going to be harder to keep them, but if you do want to keep them, it'd be smart to get them now.
But if you're trying to get all the good properties of honey, I suggest you to take garlic cloves and stick it into your honey and ferment it.
Ooh.
Yeah, we had
Like
a
just
huge
out
bumblebee,
or like sealed.
the other day.
Fermenting what? The
Fermented
garlic clove
honey,
itself?
honey. Yeah, you take the honey.
garlic.
You take garlic and you just you take out the little cloves and you stick them in the honey in whole, and then every day for like a month you're gonna go up to the thing and like you're just gonna crack the lid open and let it burp, and you get all that all the good qualities that honey is good for, with the antibacterial, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory, and then you get a lot of the antibacterial and antioxidants from the garlic, and it keeps. I have a thing of it over in the kitchen. Anytime I start feeling sick or anything like that, I take a spoonful of it.
Yep.
Good.
And it's delicious. I mean, the garlic, I'll warn you, it is when it's in the very beginning stages, the garlic be strong.
Nice.
She be
All right.
kicking. Garlic be
All right, so
kicking.
this garlic is growing.
Those
Seeing the
cloves-
tops are all
those
Nice.
Oh my
Garlic.
god, my garlic,
Stay at
my tops of my garlics are like the green part's like a foot tall already.
Nice.
I got like a whole
Very
little
nice.
bed of those going. I was like, hey, buddy. Babe, what style did we plant?
I think they're soft.
We planted soft neck garlic.
See, I've got potatoes growing
Mine are
and I've
8
got
inches
onions
tall.
growing right now.
I've got those too. I got Walla Wallas and Yukon Golds.
There you go. Golds are my favorite. Usually what I cook with.
Did you say Acapulco Gold?
No, I got Walla Walla onions and Yukon
never heard of
Gold
that strain.
potato.
Wow.
My buddy might want to start up a stream for left-handed cigarettes here, and I may be a part of it.
Hello, my name is Dr. Green Thumb. I'm growing strawberries, man. What are you talking about?
Right. This
Blueberries and shit.
we're gonna name it only tomatoes.
You'll
They're
never
just
be
okra
hungry
plants, I swear.
at onlytomatoes.com.
Just okra plants, I promise. Funny.
Strain it. Super clones. Clone it, baby.
The Yukon
It's
potato?
a lot.
Nice.
It's a lot easier to clone vegetables and fruits than it is to clone people. Just like
That is true.
so. I mean, why don't we just all just do it anyway?
Well, you saw the dadgum video where they were like cloning human meat for consumption.
Oh, it's
Hey,
terrible.
the way I look at it, guys,
Just
it's
grow it
like
in
you
a
need to
vat.
get yourself some backyard birds. Start making your own gardens. If they're willing to dilute the money, what's stopping them from diluting the food?
It's already happened, bro.
I know.
It's
Like
already
at
happened.
this point, you're almost safer going with the, Asian foods. Than the American foods at this point.
The lettuce heads are gonna have to have a warning on them soon because they contain what is it?
mRNAs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're freaking lettuce.
They're all GMO'd.
Like,
dude, they're talking about vaccinating the cattle for it now, and now we got bird flu that's crossing species because of this non-genetic modification of it.
Well, see, here's the thing. Okay, if you get it, with this injection that they're talking about with the mRNA, what it's doing is it actually alters the DNA of the host that is being injected. Now, what does that mean? It means that, for instance, you ever have your dog get sick, but you don't get sick? There's a reason why. It's because of the spike proteins.
Right. It's not our genetics.
Dogs have certain proteins that people don't. So they're susceptible to certain, sicknesses that we aren't. So when we start altering our DNA with mRNA, we're now making ourselves susceptible to those things. Hence, bird flu, moving to dogs, moving to cattle, moving to people, because everybody's having the same shit.
Right.
There's no longer a barrier of protection because you changed the fucking DNA.
I know. I should walk around, be like with a little sign, pure blood.
Yeah.
And
put that on your dating profile. See how it goes, guys. For all you single people out there, put pure blood on your dating profile.
Right, because women want to breed with healthy, long-living humans. Somehow it's a criteria for women.
I identify as all natural.
Yeah. Right, I'm organic.
Certified 100% pure blood.
Right. Hashtag Catso Crypto. Yep.
Meow. Oh, there he is. He's like, what the hell is this, man? I never get to sit up here.
Exactly, Tech Man.
You're right, Tech Man. Day after, it's like $10,000 a pint or something. Get busy,
dude. You can actually get paid like $800 per stool sample that you send into I forget where the fuck, but yeah, they're actually paying for
your
stool samples now.
That's
$800 per.
No, man, it's kind of personal, You want to?
I know. It's like I don't think I want to do that because I don't know what test you're gonna do, and I already don't want to submit my DNA to Ancestry.com. Fuck that shit.
So why would I send you my poop?
And why do scientists need my stool? Oh, to test the bacteria. What else you can test for? Track my DNA? I don't think so.
They're probably just testing, by your locality, like how much is actually in your system.
I'd rather just say, fuck it.
They're like, oh, we can turn up the poison in Chris's neighborhood a little bit more because he's not doing so awful. Turn it up a little bit. That's how they do us, man. Don't worry. And they started coming out with all this what is it, health radar, listener things.
Oh, Pellish, I already know. I was a Navy corpsman with the Marines. I already know that they have my DNA on file in the military. But as far as them doing lab studies, that's totally different. I also was on the bone marrow donor database, and I've donated blood for blood
those
drives
personal information's
like
everywhere.
But as far as like Ancestry.com or anywhere else where they're having a database of specifically for DNA purposes, I'm not doing any of that.
Super shady.
Why, the same people already have that information from you. You might as well do Ancestry. It's just they're just gonna give it to them twice.
But see, here's the thing: it's been so long since the military had it.
If you already volunteered, you're gonna be part of the first clones. You'll start seeing 3 or 4 of you running around. You're like,
right? You're like deja vu. Be like, no, that was not Chris.
That was version 3.0
right. That one's better than me.
So speaking of clones, Not a clone story, but there was another Christopher Michael Anderson who was also a corpsman. We were deployed to Iraq at the same time, different units, but I actually had to call home to let my parents know it wasn't me who died.
Wow. Could you imagine? Like, they probably saw that shit on the news and heard your name from that way. Like, before they would call you, right?
And that's not the first time a Christopher Michael Anderson was like, I ran into another Christopher Michael Anderson who was also a corpsman, same rank as me. The only difference was he was black.
Much easier to tell you two apart then.
But when it came to, name and rank, it was the same.
Yeah.
So we had to come up with like nicknames and shit. Just call me Andy.
Yeah. MP.
Well, honestly, that was like my grandpa's nickname, my dad's nickname. It was my nickname.
Are they all MP?
We were all in the military.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I actually have my dad's flight jacket when he was in Vietnam, and it actually says Andy on the inside of the jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question for the audience. I asked you guys, but
well, as far as me being entered into CODIS, I don't need to give them extra opportunities. All right. Now that
they only need it one time. I mean, you only need to give it to them once.
Time and time again. It's like I'm done.
But how FA in the chat if any of you guys bought the dip, FA in the chat. If you got that $57,000 Bitcoin,
throw FAs in the chat if you bought the dip, and throw FAs for a fucking announcement because it's almost time.
You know it.
Killing it and krilling it.
Yeah, I definitely have to get to bed at a decent time tonight.
Yeah, you got some work set up for
me too. I still got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, I've got a funeral to go to.
Oh, that sucks.
Sad. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, my aunt, she had aneurysm.
That's rough.
Yeah. Quick.
Pellish says, "Don't worry. If they break out into World War III, your contract is not up."
No,
maybe.
You're a lifer.
But I've already fulfilled my 8 years plus the individual ready reserve, which was like the reserve to the reserves. So
yeah, but if World War III kicks in, you're the first wave.
They might pull me back in, but good luck with that. Like 90% disability right now. About to go for 100.
I'm about to go for 100. Especially they try to fast track that.
It's like you get your girl to shoot you the kneecap.
You're like, can you walk still? Oh, perfect. Nope. You're the right kind of crazy right now. Yeah. Get out there, soldier.
Yo, we got plenty of FAs in that chat. It's time for that fucking announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, it's fucking FA Friday. Yo. DCA Adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Right. Yes, Ark. I never stopped mining.
Yeah,
I've always been mining.
Yep.
Always mine forever.
Even when I turned off the bulk of my GPUs, I was still mining on something. At all times, something was mining.
Yep, I actually downsized the farm, and now I'm upsizing the farm, I guess.
I'm just saying, Pellish, like, if I get my 100, they're going to think twice before they bring me back in. Because I'm already busted and broken. I mean, I might still go to the front lines, but
Don't talk about yourself like that, Chris. You're still a young guy.
I'm talking about in their point of view. Like my back and migraines and my fucking knees. It's just like, dude, like seriously, my neck
they gave you
gives
all
me
those
headaches
problems.
almost every day now.
They're the ones gave you all those problems, you know. It happens sometimes. You gotta work hard, buddy. That's a hard fucking job.
But I will at least be glad that the headaches aren't always migraines, because when I have migraines, I'll go partially blind.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
You get them that bad?
My
You gotta take
migraines
shots?
happen. I get the halos over everything.
Do you gotta
No, not me.
shots
Like
too?
like if I'm driving down the highway and there's telephone poles along both sides of the road, the telephone poles will disappear.
Really?
I'll have blind spots, and
Interesting.
it'll look like digital camouflage in like a semicircular pattern. You know,
Like you're running through a tree. You're running through a tree. You're running through the tree forest. That's crazy, bro.
Sadie's like, I bet I wouldn't get my secret clearance back now.
Yeah.
Hey, Pellet, you're gonna have to refresh my memory. MEB. I'm like horrible with acronyms. It took me 8 years to, memorize the acronym for Humvee. Okay.
Oh, and Sadie, I've had a lot of friends tell me that they let their clearance lapse, and it was the best thing that ever happened to them. So don't feel so bad.
Oh, see, that's bad right there. Arc. He's like, I see flashing and like half my vision is black. Yeah, like I'll get the tunnel vision. Like everything will just kind of, like fade away, and just kind of blend in with its environment. Like I can't see shit. Like people will just disappear when they walk by me.
Yeah, I get whenever my migraines trigger,
thanks,
I get them. I get it to where like I could be looking at something in the dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the little bit of light that I can see that lights that up gives like that halo, that super bright, like you're looking at the sun halo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get. And like I've got to go lay down in a dark room, and like even then, like I've got to so there's times where even a little bit of light that's coming through my blinds, I've got to put like one of those sleeping masks on just to stop the light coming through my eyelids, because I'm getting halos through my eyelids.
Oh man!
And it like makes me nauseous when I see them. It's like, oh.
You should really wear a tinted mask when you're welding, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like a horrible Flashburn episode, you know?
Nah, it's usually triggered whenever I'm like I have a sinus infection and it's starting to go into starting to turn into an inner ear infection, and it's like everything's inflamed in my and it's like it just puts all the pressure on my eyeballs, and I get these
your eye, nose, throat
tension migraines, and it's like on a whole new level. But I don't have it coming from my spine side. I have it coming from the forward ripping back, where Chris is talking about it ripping from the spine, ripping forward.
Mm-hmm.
You ever gone to a brain doctor, have them tap on your head and stuff?
No.
No.
Because it's like I know what triggers it. I don't need a doctor to tell me why. Hey, for a few $1,000s, this is what we can do for you. Fuck that.
You never know. There has, I'm not a big fan of doctors either, but they have done us okay over the years.
See, what we're going to do is we're going to use laser precision guided drills, and we're just going to drill this one spot. That should take care of all your problems.
Yeah, it'll leak right out, and you'll never have to worry again. It's terrible. I hope everybody had a good week.
No, I will say this though, to Pelish, hey, congratulations, and for your retirement, and thank you as well for your service.
We could fix that problem and cause 3 new ones for you at no charge.
Oh yeah.
That's free.
Yo.
And don't worry, the last drug we'll give you, we'll try to not give it to you, but we'll give it to you anyway. Will cause anal leakage.
Gotta love that anal leakage.
I mean, if you're over 40, it's already a thing, you know. You can't trust farts anymore, so.
No, you can't trust a fart at 60.
I don't know about that, man.
That sounds like a personal problem. You should go try to see one of those doctors you trust so much.
Oh, man, no. You gotta stay away from Taco Bell, that's all. McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's.
It's not even food, dude.
Chick-fil-A. And anything that comes from a window that comes out quickly.
GMO fucking soy, bro.
Good for you.
You can eat your GMO soy all to yourself. We'll just call you a soy boy.
Soy boy.
Soy boy.
Terrible.
Like, people need to remember that back in the 70s, there was still fast food.
And it was food.
Yep. And it was fast.
They didn't know how to make it fake back then.
It wasn't no soy boy stuff. Ark's like, yeah, real beef. Yeah, buddy, dude.
Yeah.
And when people's like, yeah, 100% beef. Yeah, when was the last time you saw that outside of a small mom and pop burger joint?
Yeah, you know what's funny is you go to the store and you get that like really, really, really red beef. It's because they've gassed it to make it look red like that all the time.
Oh yeah, or they dye it.
Or they just reblood it, which is even worse. It's like, well, that's disgusting. But yeah,
sounds gross.
Like people always were like scared to like get.
It's like pink salmon. Did you know that all that pink salmon that people buy is dyed? They feed the salmon dye to make their meat because they're farming them so fast that like their meat internally doesn't like mature enough to turn pink.
I heard it's because they crossbred two different white fishes, and to get it pink, they had to crossbreed it with another one that had red tendencies on it.
No, they're natural, but the way that they're breeding them, they're just pumping them just to get them to grow.
The fish farm that I saw in the documentary, they did all their stuff in house, and it was not.
I was watching one too, and they were showing them like
white
feeding
fishes,
them,
and then they like added a third fish to make it red. You get real salmon, dude. That shit is red.
Yeah.
Oh, here. I'm putting in the chat right now.
And and they dye that shit to fucking. It's like, oh my god.
Slime. Yeah.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green is people.
So yeah, for anybody that's curious, I just put in the live chat. Get paid $500 per stool. And if you're having a bowel movement every day, that's about $180,000 a year.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
You go sell your turds?
I wonder how much they're paying the lab technician.
I mean,
that's a shitty
think
job.
How much Bitcoin you could buy just from pooping.
Dude, have you seen the robots?
And think about the technician that's like, I mean, he's hands deep in shit all day long. That's a really shitty job. Just saying.
I hope he doesn't get shitty pay.
Dude, we probably
like fuck this crypto money thing. I'm gonna sell some poo poo. I'm
gonna fucking send him poop even if it's not mine.
Yeah. Just send me your dogs.
Poop in this real fast.
Yeah.
It's like I have 3 dogs. We're gonna send all 3 samples.
Yeah, could you imagine like the poop guy thinks it's human poop and he tests it and it's like dog poop? Like I wonder what kind of results he would get. What the fuck is this guy eating? Jesus.
Is this pedigree?
Yeah.
This guy has a high protein diet.
So much protein. Oh. Well, you know, protein is just ground up mealworms, so you know.
Unless you have your dog on the raw food diet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cheapo pet food brands that are not good. You should not be feeding any pets that stuff. Terrible. Terrible.
Big Rome's like, I feel sorry for those lab techs.
Right.
Hey, listen, when you have a job where you're just analyze shit, you know beforehand that's what you're getting into. Like you have to. Like, you can't just pop down somebody and be like, oh, you want to be a lab tech? Sure, come on in. Oh, by the way, your daily duty is testing shit.
It'd be like
I didn't sign up for this, bro.
Oh God, what was it? That one country singer, fucking, he's like working bullshit hours for bullshit pay.
That's right. Oh, and the funniest thing I've
Testing
seen,
shit every day.
well, it's not funny actually. It's kind of tragic, but you know this whole
God, rub it in her face.
hyperinflation-
God.
all the hyperinflation we're going through right now.
Yeah, Richmond, north of Richmond. Thanks, Ark.
So I had a premonition that the corporations are just going to lay everyone off and then rehire at a cheaper rate to keep themselves with the same price.
Well. Who was it that just that terminated like 30,000 employees in lieu of waiting for the government to give the illegals rights in America, and they'll be able to hire them in.
Yeah, and we're cheaper rates. Yeah.
Yep. And they've already gotten rid of Americans.
Corporations are going to stay behind the hedge on the crazy inflation that we're seeing right now. They're just going to chop down their expensive workforce and hire a bunch of freaking people at half the cost.
And it's gonna make a polarizing effect that the people will not be able to outpace inflation. Therefore,
rinse and repeat, baby.
You're gonna
fire them and keep hiring them cheaper rates.
The problem is that the cost of living is still going to increase, even though they're trying to decrease their pay. Well, there's going to be that point where the system will kind of lock up, and it's not going to lock up due to the fact that there's not a workforce. It's going to lock up because the workforce can't afford the things, no matter how much credit is given. So they have to pay the workers enough to keep the machine going forward. Their paycheck, the workforce's paycheck is required to go back into the system. And if it's going into the system for food, it's going into the system in really the wrong direction for them.
Well, there's some people in my area who are building data centers, right? Like on a massive scale everywhere. And there's some of these companies around here who have the same jobs as everyone else, data center technician, right? So tell me why that some of these people are putting out jobs right now for data center technician for $18 to $22 an hour, when it should be more like $30 to $40 an hour, depending on your level of experience. But the fact is that it ranges from $18 to like $40 an hour.
Yeah.
Like for the same fucking job. You're doing the same fucking job, dude. The exact same job. But because these fucking turds come in and these,
they're wanting the new hires.
Temp agencies come in and shortchange everybody.
Oh, no, they don't. Oh, my God. They get charged double through a temp agency, bro.
Well, no, the corporation does, but the technician does not.
No.
Because you're paying a middleman, so your check is less. Which is probably why they're only paying these people $20 to $25 an hour, instead of what they should be getting paid. But it's just the range for the same freaking job. That's insane, dude. That's really stupid.
I mean, it's like the mechanic field, It's like in 1980.
That's why I got out of the mechanics back in the day.
In 1980, you would start off as an oil technician at $10 an hour.
In 80s.
Today, you start off as a technician. If the minimum wage didn't increase, it'd still be $10 an hour.
Yeah. Can you imagine? That's crazy, dude. You're talking about 40 years later.
40 years, and the industry has not seen a pay raise in the mechanic field. And mechanics on average have a $100,000 toolbox.
It's yeah, that's one of the reasons now I got out of that racket. I couldn't do it anymore. It's like you guys want me to do everything for you, and you don't want to give me nothing. So fuck you.
Right.
When the shop's pulling 140 a labor hour and they're only giving you 35, you tell them to fuck off.
Right. That's why I like that's why my buddy is like, even though he's a good friend of mine and everything, I'm like, bro, I'll work for you for $32 per book hour. I am not pulling motors. I am not pulling transmissions.
Yeah. Don't give me
I told him that right off the bat.
Yeah,
I was like, these two things, I'll do everything else. I'm not diving into a motor either. Do not ask me. I'm like, I'm like, first off, I don't have all the tools to go into these newer motors with fucking dual overhead cams. And I have no desire to sit there and pay, God, I for all the different motors, for all the different cam locks on these things, I'd have another $30,000 in tools.
Oh, dude, it's even better when you like have to do a timing belt on a like an Audi.
Yeah.
You gotta have a clip off. You gotta lock down the cams on both sides of the motor.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I have none of that jigging. I'm like, I've got no desire to go into a motor like that, man. If I'm like suspecting timing's pooched on it, or fucking, if I go into it in diagnostic, I'm like, yeah, that looks a little funny. Let me put my compression gauge on there. 90 psi. Yeah, that's done.
I mean, we would do belts and stuff. You can do it a quick way. It's not. I've never had a problem, but you can make your own timing marks on it when you take the front covers off of everything, and you just pull everything off. The cam activated springs is what you're holding down, right? So when it actuates and you pull it off, it might actuate one way or the other way. If you might write enough of your own marks on there, you can set up the pulleys where they're supposed to go.
Yeah. I haven't done that stuff in like so long. I'm like, I always need
a third hand though, because you got to hold like two top cams, and the crank at the same time.
Yeah.
When you put the belt back.
Well, so some of that stuff you can't even do that because what is it? It was on the Fords. Like the gear that's on there is like a friction fit on there. So the relationship of the crankshaft to the cams, there's no crankshaft mark. You've got to actually pull out the crankshaft position sensor, and you put in a dowel into that hole, and you rotate the motor until it drops into the slot, and then you lock it in there.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you got to hold the cams so that when you finally undo the tension off the guide, that the whole thing doesn't try to springboard on you at the same time.
Oh, you're talking about the tensioners?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's like the tensioners are pressing up on the both the guide rails. So as soon as you loosen up the guide rails off of those things, the Cam A phaser will try to rotate on you at the same time. So you actually got to like lock in those gears, and there's like a tool that goes right in between the sprockets, and then you can sit there and release everything. And then there's a tool to go onto the backside of the cam to make sure that the cam and the phaser stay in relationship with each other at all times.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm not buying that $300 fucking tool.
Yeah. You
right,
do,
well, gentlemen. I actually got to take off.
Yeah, like it's 30 minutes over.
Oh, it's late.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. I got to get out of here too. Get into cars talk, man. It'll happen quick.
Man. Stop talking to me. Get out of here.
Right.
So real quick before we head out, Mikkel, what's happening tomorrow?
So tomorrow, I don't know if most of you do know, but so we do have pretty much a Saturday morning lineup that does go on tomorrow in the morning. Usually starts off with jump change around like 8:10 in the morning Central Time. and then followed up by me at 9 o'clock in the morning Central Time. And then you got our boy Serpent who goes live right after me at 10 o'clock Central Time, and then you got Panda going live at 11 o'clock Central Time, and then Rap and Mining right after that at noon. So literally a whole lineup of literally crypto miners all morning long from 8 o'clock to noon almost every Saturday morning. So starts off at 8 o'clock and you'll be with us until, well, about noon, and we just kind of mosey on down to the next show. So that happens every Saturday, and it'll happen again tomorrow. So I'll see y'all in the morning.
That's right.
Sure.
And then tomorrow night we have
Saturday
Mining After
morning
Dark.
mining cartoons.
Yep. And then in the evening we got Mining After Dark as well. Here on the same show right here.
That's right.
Yeah, brother.
Adventure.
All the way.
And that's at 8 o'clock
Ooh,
Central Time.
See what happens when you don't plug stuff in, guys.
Right.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Definitely, everybody put those FAs in the Chizzity chat. Put the hashtag Cats of Crypto in there too if you want. Yo.
I like Cast of Crypto. It's like
Heck.
that's like the morning, like every YouTuber that we have on our lineup. It's like, yeah, that kind of fits.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yo, that's a sea of FAs. I think it's time for one announcement before we get out of here.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, and to all you sexy motherfuckers, DCA Adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
Yo.
That's right.
Smash that lizard like button, subscribe if you're new here, and especially if you made it this far. I mean, come on. You must have stayed or stuck around for something.
We're not that good looking, guys.
Right? I'm just saying. I mean, we're just boob tubers. So with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. You guys are the reason why we do this every week. All that good stuff. No, thank you, Sadie. No, thank you. And with that being said, peace out. Stay savage. We'll see you on the next one. Yo.
Later, guys.
Peace out, guys.